10 life mistakes that makes us struggle the most. Whether you're dealing with financial problems, family conflict, or work-related issues, struggles in life are inevitable. Overcoming life's struggles is never easy. If you're making any of these mistakes in your life, it's likely that you'll just keep on struggling. Number 1, compare yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others allows them to drive your behavior. This type of comparison is between you and someone else. Sometimes it's about something genetic, like wishing to be taller, but more often it's about something the other person is capable of doing that we wish we could do as well. Maybe someone writes better reports than you, and maybe the other has a happier relationship with his spouse than you do. Sometimes this comparison is motivating and sometimes it's destructive. You can be anything, but you can't be everything. When we compare ourselves to others, we're often comparing their best features against our average ones. It's like being right-handed and then trying to play an instrument with your left hand. Not only do we naturally want to be better than them, the unconscious realization that we are not often becomes self-destructive. Number 2, caring about what others think about you. One reason you should stop caring what people think about you is because no one else is your judge. Whether you are a business owner or entrepreneur, you define your ethics and values. It does not pay to care too much about what other people's opinions of you are because no one truly knows you. Spend time every day getting to know yourself. Think about what matters most to you. Reflect on your history and how you have grown or evolved as a person. Spend time writing down your goals so you are more aware of what you want in life and with your business. It doesn't matter if someone else thinks you should go a certain direction with your work since you know the path you are on. Other people project their issues on you because they are not as aware about who they are and where they have been. If you worry what others think, you are wasting time because they could be criticizing you for something they regret. Number 3, doubting yourself and giving up. Here you have a 2-for-1. But doubting yourself and giving up on your goals will forever cripple you. The truth that you will live by is what you think you are. If you think there's something you can do, you will. If you don't believe you have what it takes, then you will be broken by the slightest challenge. One way to help yourself with that is gaining more clarity. Have an issue laid out on paper or in a computer document, rather than if you have to go through it all in your mind. By making lists of pros and cons, going through your thoughts and emotions and similar events from the past, and by writing down different perspectives on the issue, it becomes easier to find solutions and to see your challenge in a clearer and more level-headed way. Number 4, not taking action. The simplest and most important secret to success in any discipline is action, just the simple act of doing. Leadership is essentially nothing more than a swift and responsible decision-making that in turn creates consistent action. People often look at business leaders and successful people and wonder how and why they are so successful. A large part of this is that they simply choose to act. Instead of talking and thinking about what they could achieve, they more often than not did something about it. Taking action is all very well, but if you concentrate too hard on a particular outcome or path to a goal, then you are likely to sacrifice your personal happiness. If you're too concentrated on obtaining a certain result, then you will always skip other possibilities that might have brought you further results in the long run. They will only slip you by because you're so centered on a particular outcome or way of doing things. Number 5, live up to social expectations. It's funny how society makes us act in a way that is assured. This strain never stops wearing off. We need to work not against it but with it. In your own skin, it is a matter of being relaxed, which is not an easy job. Little by little, stretch the limits. Feel the anxiety and do it anyway. Choose one task that's slightly outside of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be anything major, just something that doesn't ring true with social expectation. We avoid embarrassing truth when we plan to. Anticipation is annoying, and you cannot appreciate unsurprising occurrences even when things go as planned. And if we get what we want, we can't even be happy. This is the question of anticipation, why we fall in love with hopes. Life is unfair if what we expected does not come true. The lack of surprise, if it does, makes the actual experience less enjoyable. Number 6, setting unrealistic goals. People who fear failure rarely succeed because failure, as we learn a lot from failure, paves the way to success. Therefore, unrealistic goals are good for you, since they help you get used to the disappointment. You could struggle many times when you set unrealistic targets, because these goals are not easily achievable. You will also remove the fear of failure after a long time of setting unrealistic targets, and you will be comfortable with failure. When you reach an unrealistic target, your levels of self-confidence will increase. You're going to feel unbeatable, and you're going to start believing that no objective is too big for you. You will believe deeply in your talents, and you will never be afraid of immense challenges. In addition, in order to accomplish big stuff, you would be more determined and inspired. Number 7, ignoring your creative abilities. Creatively expressing yourself decreases the risk of disease and illness while improving your health and well-being at the same time. Studies revealed that art helps to reduce stress and anxiety, increase positive emotions, and reduce the likelihood of depression, along with many other benefits. In all aspects of your life and career, being creative helps you become a better problem solver. Your creative side should approach a situation from all directions, instead of coming from a linear, logical approach. Creativity makes you see stuff differently and cope with confusion better. Studies show that innovative individuals can deal with uncertainty better because they can change their thinking to allow the unknown to flow. Number 8, worrying about your career. Career anxiety hits many of us throughout our lives, beginning in the early days of our first jobs and continuing through the frantic mid-career responsibilities. A study indicates that we do not have to worry too much. 90% of working adults would experience a hot streak over a span of several years in their careers, resulting in a higher level of professional performance. These streaks do not have a time limit either. For different individuals, they occur at different points, and productivity doesn't have much effect on them. Either the quality of work people does, not the number, is what determines these hot streaks. But if you haven't hit your hot streak yet, there are no panic chances. Yours is coming in your career later, and that's not because you haven't worked hard enough already. Number 9, refuse to learn. There are important lessons we're supposed to learn when we're going through hard, crushing times. However, many of us struggle to get these lessons. We're totally missing the point. In reality, if you're always regretting what you could have done in the past, you're not learning the right lessons. For example, I failed to learn that my deep unhappiness in my corporate career was not because I was not good enough, but because I was constantly pointed in the right direction, working on business results that meant little to me. The right lessons inspire, uplift, and reinforce you, not push you down. We'll just keep butting our heads against the same brick walls if we don't move and change, and learn from what's happening to us. We must learn new lessons and adjust how we work in the world in ways that thrill us. Otherwise, we can never escape the cycles of suffering that we co-create on an ongoing basis. Number 10, blaming others for your mistakes. Taking 100% responsibility for your life and circumstances is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Too often, individuals blame their situations on others. Money isn't any different. Someone is still to blame. We are under a mysterious spell, then we blame others, which makes us feel that someone else can do something for us in order to overcome whatever problems we face. For many, particularly the first time, this is a bitter pill to swallow. However, every time you get tempted to blame someone else for your situation, keep telling yourself that it is your fault. You can take responsibility when you honestly believe it is your fault. This is self-empowerment because it's only you who can really do something about it that you begin to truly understand.